Barbados, get up.
Good morning Barbados, good morning to you. Good morning, 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 morning. Good morning to you. Good morning Barbados, good morning to you. Good morning Barbados, good morning.
Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Morning to you.
Could not wait for Monday. Good morning to you, everyone. Welcome to Monday, the 23rd of June, 2025. I am Pearson Bowen, and it's so good to meet you. Who are you? Feel free to give me a call anytime and introduce yourself to me. I'd love to hear who you are, to get to know who you are as well. But it's always wonderful to know that you are up to keep us company. So thank you for waking up to do so every weekday morning, Monday to Friday from 6 in the morning. Now, there are a number of you who are online on our streams on Facebook, YouTube, and also on our website, cbc.bb. And to all of you, we say good morning. We say thank you so much indeed for not just taking the time to get up, but to get up and turn us on, to be with us as well. I always thank you for sharing the show. So continue to do so. Share the show, share the love, tell others about us, encourage them to come along and be a part of what we do every single day. And because of that, I say to you, thank you. To the little ones who are up preparing for school, good morning. I know it feels as if your whole weekend has been interrupted now to start school again. Yes, because that's just life. It's only for a short period of time. So little ones, wake up, get ready for school, and go out there and have yourselves a fantastic day. There's a lot to learn. There are many people with whom you will be interacting. And so as you do so, be kind one to the other. Be kind to others as well. So thank you, little ones. Have a great day. Remember, Jesus loves the little children. And so if you know of something or someone whose story you think we have to tell, then tell us about it. Drop us an email. Our email address is morninbarbados@cbc.bb. morninbarbados@cbc.bb. And we thank you for sharing and engaging with us. Now, if you're watching from somewhere else across the world as well, identify where you're watching from. We'd love to know. We know there's so many of you watching from so many places. Tell us exactly where you are, where you're watching, and we'll be happy to shout you out, as we say. So to Pat Ben in the United States, good morning to Patricia Ben. Have yourself a lovely today. So have a great one indeed. She wishes all of you as well. She's watching from Philadelphia. Good morning to you. Oh, you are fast. Good morning indeed. Bako, good morning to you, Bako, as well. He wishes everyone a magnificent Monday. Bako is in the United States as well. Love it. Good morning to you, Bako. Have a wonderful day. Home in Barbados is Rhonda Hines Graham. She wants to wish a magnificent Monday to everyone, and she encourages all of us to be safe. I do too. Life is different, so let's continue to be safe. From St. Philip, we have Slender Glenda. Slender Glenda, good morning to you. She's saying good morning to all of you. She thinks you're beautiful. We do too. And so you, Slender, have a wonderful today as you enjoy your today, Monday. Kieran Olivier, good morning to you as well. She's wishing everyone a blessed today. And we wish you too a blessed today and a magnificent Monday. Vereen Walker is in Barbados. She says good morning to Barbados indeed. And to you, Vereen, wherever you are, a very good morning to you too. What are you planning to do today? Online on our YouTube stream is the Bajan Rock. I think this is United Kingdom. The Bajan Rock, good morning to you as well. Wishing you a productive week too. Thank you. Appreciate that. You know, as you step out today, make it meaningful. Let's make today a meaningful Monday. Meaningful, meaning that at the end of it all, it is a positive outcome, not just for yourself, but for those with whom you interact. So meaningful engagements, meaningful work, meaningful in everything. Be intentional in doing so. Auntie Faye, good morning as well. She's in St. Peter. So to you, Auntie Faye, have a wonderful today. She's saying good morning to all of the people everywhere. I love the little community we have online. I just love it. Y'all know I love it. I love it indeed. So talk to yourselves, talk to us as well. And let's keep this thing rolling, folks. Let's keep it rolling, because the better we are together, the stronger we shall be. There's a song, I can't even remember the word, how it went, but it was something that the more we are together, the happier we shall be. Indeed, yes, that's how it goes. Now, I was telling you all week last week about an upcoming opportunity for you, and so today is the day, Monday, when there's the workshop put on by MSC Cruises in association with the Barbados Tourism Marketing Incorporated and the Ministry of Labour. There's a workshop on this morning at the Barbados Community College for any of you who are seeking employment on the cruise line operated by MSC. So that workshop starts at 9:30 till about 11:30 in the Liberal Arts Auditorium on the compound of the Barbados Community College. So be there early o'clock if you're looking for a job in all of this. And then a little later on in the afternoon from 1 till 3, they're offering students who are interested in having professions as bar waiters, buffet attendants, cooks, entertainers, youth staff generally, or technicians. You have an opportunity to have a practice interview. And this is all ahead of tomorrow's job fair. That's right. Tomorrow there is a job fair. Tomorrow and again on Wednesday, a job fair at Pelican House, formerly the BIDC building, for anyone who's interested in an opportunity to be on the cruises, to find work and employment on the cruise ship MSC, operated by MSC. So that's tomorrow from 9 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon. That's a job fair. So be there, folks. Don't miss this opportunity. Ali N, good morning to you as well. Watching from the lovely parish of St. Philip, you say. But well wishes to you indeed. Good morning from St. Philip to DL. Thank you. Thank you so much indeed. Thumbs up to you. So grab that opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. I encourage you to do so with MSC Cruises, the BTMI, and the Ministry of Labour, the job fair. But today is the workshop from 9:30 this morning to 11:30. So present yourselves at the Liberal Arts Auditorium on the compound of the Barbados Community College. And then later on in the afternoon, the practice work interviews. And then tomorrow and on Wednesday, the job fair at Pelican House, formerly the BIDC building. That's where you'll be from 9 in the morning till 5. Take along all that you need to take along so that you convince them that you are the best candidate for the position on the cruises. All right? We can do that? Thank you so much. So what did you do this weekend? We had such rain yesterday. You know, it actually felt quite stormy. It was windy and rainy and wet, and it was wonderful. For me, it was wonderful because it was so cool. It was really, really good. It gave you a chance to get all fuzzy and cozy and perhaps to spend time with family and friends doing things that are fun. Sometimes playing games and a whole host of things. If you made it to church, good for you. I saw as well that a number of you participated in that walk for prostate cancer. His journey is my journey. And so I'm glad to see that so many hundreds of you came out on the weekend to be a part of it. You stood up and you sent a strong message. Thank you for doing so. For those of you who participated in these fields and hills, the walk and run put on by the Ellerton Wesleyan Holiness Church, thank you for doing so. In spite of the weather conditions, you got up and you got out. And that's what we love to see happening indeed. So continue to get up and get out and to engage in positive things that are happening. And by the way, the Small Island Future Festival that was on the weekend, Friday and Saturday, you're talking about numbers on the grounds of the University of the West Indies. To each of you, thank you for stepping up and stepping out as well to take a look at just what's happening now and what's available that is future impactful as well. So thank you for turning up and turning out as well to do all of those events. We are thrilled that you are actively engaging in the things happening in our community. You are just fantastic people. Fantastic people. I say so. Let no one else tell you different. All right, time for you to give me a call. I talked for the last 8.5 minutes. I want to hear from you now. So 228-5562 or 228-5563. Here comes riddle number 1. And if it's in one, that means there are more than one. So riddle number 1 is, I can be cracked, made, told, and played. But what am I? I can be cracked, made, told, and played. What am I? 228-5562 or 228-5563. Be bold, be brave, be smart, and give me a call. 228-5562 or 228-5563. I can be cracked, I can be made, I can be told, I can be played. But what am I? That is the challenge ushered to you now. So what do you think it is? Who am I? What am I? 228-5562 or 228-5563. Very simple numbers to dial. You know it by now. If you're calling from overseas as well, add our area code 246. So it would be 1-246-228-5562 or 228-5563. Call. Let me know. I can be cracked. I can be made. I can be told. And I can be played. What am I? 228-5562 or 228-5563. Now, coming up today, we got a call. Thank you for interrupting me. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning.
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. Where are you watching from?
I'm calling all the way from Guyana.
From Guyana. Lovely. Thank you for being so bold to do so. What's your first name?
My name is Lorna.
Lorna, so wonderful to meet you. Thank you for calling from Guyana. Do you think you know the answer?
I think I do.
I wish
Is it
you
a
well.
joke?
What's the answer? Lorna?
Is it a joke?
You made me laugh, Lorna.
Is it a joke?
No, Lorna, it's not a joke.
I can crack a joke. I can tell a joke.
Uh-huh.
I can play a joke.
You can do all of those things with a joke. But I'm not joking around. It's not a joke.
All right.
Thank you, Lorna. Thank you, Lorna. I like that. Lorna's called from Guyana. Thank you, Lorna. Wow. This is wonderful to hear that we're reaching thus far. So for those, remember, share the show, folks. There's so many other people who don't have the experience that we have every day because ours is unique, ours is different, ours is special, ours is because of you. So share the show, tell others about us. So the question still remains, I can be cracked, made, told, or played. What am I? Good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, how do you do?
I'm fine.
Oh, that's wonderful to hear. Good. So what's your first name and where you're watching from?
Pearson.
Yes.
Monica.
And? Monica from St. Michael?
Yes, please.
All right, Monica of St. Michael.
Black Rock.
No, Black Rock, make it right? Black Rock.
Yes, please.
Black Rock. But you know, Black Rock is such a vast area.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So, locate you, are you on the main road?
Not really near to the main road.
Near to the
Near
main
to
road. Are you
Shafat.
Seclusion Road?
Near to Shafat.
I don't know where Shafat is. Just
Black
kidding
Rock
you.
main road.
Oh, so you're nearby the church on the side of the road?
I'm not by the church on the side of the road. I'm near to the next church,
Okay.
which is the Catholic Church.
So you are near to the church by the side of the road. Remember Winston J. Messiah?
Yes, they know that. I'm in Praise Gap, actually.
I hear you. I get you. But I'm just hoping to take you back to another part of our history.
Yes, I know all of them, yes. The church at the side of the road.
The church at the
St.
side of the road.
Messiah.
Did you used to listen to his broadcasts?
Yes, please.
That's such a part of our history, isn't it?
Yes, because on mine, the mother have your radio on. You gotta listen to anything coming off your radio.
Guess what station it was heard on?
Pardon me?
Guess what station it was heard on?
CBC.
Thank you so much. You're absolutely right. The
CBC.
church by the side of the road with
Yep.
Winston J. Messiah. That was such a fantastic time of our life here. Really, really good. All right. What's the answer, Monica?
A jukebox. Why are you laughing, Pearson? Pearson, why are you laughing?
Lorna came with a joke. You came with a jukebox.
Yes.
Okay. I can be cracked.
It's a jukebox to me.
Okay. I can be made. I can be told.
Yeah.
Can you tell a jukebox?
If you can tell a jukebox.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I put the money in jukebox and let you things play.
Are you telling play 25?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. And then it can be played simply by turning it on and pressing the number and you're putting your money, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Wrong.
Why wrong?
Because you're wrong. There's
Like this morning.
In other words, you know how we say to, I break your beak, I got you. Monica? She gone now? Okay. All right, Monica, have a good day. 228-5562 or 228-5563. I can be cracked, made, told, and played. What am I? Got one again. 228-5562 or 228-5563. Remember, if you're overseas, our area code is 1246. Then you call those numbers you see on your screen. 228-5562 or 228-5563. So, What is it? What am I? Call me and tell me. I will not resile from this. I will not move. I want to hear the answer. I am moving from this. I'm not moving from this. I can be cracked. I can be made, told, and played. So what am I? Ha ha ha. 228-5562 or 63. Now, coming up today, we'll be telling you the story of Terrell Cott because there's some work going on there right now as we continue to reclaim our Atlantic destiny. And so there's some young people who are working in that conservation effort. And so they'll come by today to talk to us a little bit about that. The legacy of labor in Barbados is one which we need to celebrate. It's 85 years now. And so they're having a week of activities to mark that legacy, which includes a day for you to take a look at your wellness and your safety. And so we want to talk to them about that as well. We'll this morning to hopefully meet some recipients of this year's National Youth Awards. They have some outstanding stories to tell because they've done some outstanding things in our community. Still waiting on your call, 228. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning. The answer is an egg.
Okay, let's break this one down. What's your first name?
My name is Julian.
Hello, Julian.
Julian, G-A-L-L-I-A-N.
Or Jillian.
Yes, please.
Right. Hi, Jill. How are you?
I'm good. What about you?
Oh, I'm doing well, Jill. Thank you for asking. Jill, where are you watching from?
I live in St. Philip. I'm at work, and I'm watching from Christchurch.
You're from St. Philip, but you're at work in Christchurch. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I work in Christchurch.
You work
I'm
in
leaving
Christchurch.
this morning for 8.
So you have to leave home soon.
Yes, please.
All right, so don't let me delay you. What bus do you take, by the way?
I'm driving.
All right. What brand do you drive?
100.
What?
Toyota Corolla.
Oh, a
100.
Toyota Corolla. Woo! You so proud of your car.
It is true. That's my baby.
Did you give your baby a name?
Tommy.
Why did you call your Toyota Tommy?
I don't know. If it's a woman, I can name it a man name.
Okay, so Jillian drives Tommy. Tommy doesn't drive you around the bend, does he? You're ready to laugh. All right, Jillian, what do you think the answer is again?
An egg.
And wrong.
I'm wrong.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You sound as though you don't believe me, Jillian.
I didn't. Because you play tricks on people.
But you're wrong. You're wrong for real. You're wrong for real.
Okay.
All right.
You have a great day.
You too. Thank you so much. Get to work safely in Tommy. All right. I love it. Jillian drives Tommy. So if you know Jillian and you know that voice from St. Philip, Jillian drives Tommy. So when you meet Tommy, just get out of the way. Let Tommy come on through. Beep, beep. 228-5562 or 228-5563. Who has an answer for me? None of you do? I'm glad. 228-5562 or 63. What do you think the answer is? What do you really, really, really do? Olkeron? No, that is not right. Thank you for engaging on social media. That is, as a matter of fact, that's wrong. It's not that. I can be cracked. I can be made. I can be told. I can be played. What am I? This is only the first question here. This is only question 1. I dare you to get it right so I can move on to question 2. I told you I shall not move from this one until you get it right. And so I will linger for as long as it takes until you get it right. 228-5562 or 228-5563. Now, the little ones are getting ready for graduation as well, which is coming up very, very soon. And so congratulations to all of you on your success so far for the year. Good morning. Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking as well. What's your first name and where are you watching from?
My name is Cecile.
Your name is?
Cecile.
Shaquille? Shaquille.
Yes.
This is a boy?
No, it's not.
And your name is Shaquille?
It's Cecile. Cecile. C-E-C-I-L-E.
Oh, Shaquille. Okay. Cecile.
Yes, it is.
Cecile. All right, Cecile, where are you watching us from?
I'm watching from Bridgetown.
In Bridgetown, in the city itself? Or you just saying that for... Pardon me?
Yes.
Or are you just saying that to knock me off my scent?
No.
All right, Cecile. What's the answer?
Is it a bell?
Pardon me?
A bell.
Bell, B-E-double-L?
Yeah.
Wrong, wrong, wrong. Cecile laughing.
Too good to be true.
I'm glad I made you laugh at least, Cecile, but you're wrong. Thank you, here.
No problem. Have a good day.
Likewise, thank you. Samuel Evelyn, you are also wrong. I'm not cracking your joke. I'm serious. I'm very, very serious, but Samuel, you're wrong. So keep trying, folks. Keep trying as best you can. 228-5562 or 228-5563. I can be cracked. I can be made. I can be told. I can be played. What am I? And the answer I have is the answer. Not a wrong answer. 228-5562 or 228-5563. My production company is giving me licks in my ears, but that's all right. So tell me, 228-5562 or 228-5563. What is it? Good morning. Hello.
Peace be unto you and yours.
Likewise to you, Gail. Bite my how you?
Ahoy.
You good?
Yes, I'm thankful for life.
Wonderful. Had a good weekend?
Yeah, I had a blessed one, yes.
Were you in the garden this weekend?
Pardon me?
Were you out and about in the garden, working your gardens?
My pops.
Yeah,
yes,
okay.
Every day I went out this morning. I got up at 5 and I went out and I checked to see if everything going okay.
And everything is going okay?
Yes, my tomatoes, my peppers, my shells.
Nice, nice. I want 2 tomatoes when you finish.
There's little small marble-looking ones. You like those?
Oh, they call them cherry tomatoes.
Yes, please.
If you ask if I like them?
Yeah.
You like them?
Yeah.
Right, so why can't I?
You know, some people don't like. I have a friend that she says she don't like them, so.
Oh, okay. They're supposed to be sweetish, isn't it?
Yes, I love them. I use them raw with a little salt and eclair biscuits.
Gail. And then swallow it down with a glass of Bobby Fast, right?
No, I mean for my breakfast. They're along with my breakfast. Whatever I am eating, I sing them up.
Okay. Good for you. What's the answer?
It is a record.
Gail. Let me go. I can be cracked.
Yes, a record.
Okay.
A vinyl record.
Okay. A vinyl one. Okay. I can be made.
Yes, they made a record.
I can be told.
The record, they have, when you play it, they have stories.
Okay. I can be played.
Right, you play the record.
All right. It's logically, you're making a lot of sense.
But it's not right.
Correct. It's wrong.
All right, boy.
All right, boy. Thank you, Gail. Here. Y'all are so fun. I just love it. I could do this forevermore, you know. I could do this forever and ever. Amen. But I shan't. I'll take a break right here, and we'll come back with more for you this Monday morning on Morning Barbados.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scold, a look into the future.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons which will surprise many is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end. And what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can reach out whenever you need to talk.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
The Ministry of Youth Sports and Community Empowerment's Bridges television series is back. Join us every Wednesday at 8 p.m. with a repeat on Saturdays at 5:30 p.m. on CBC TV 8. Don't you miss it.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources. He'll give you the people. Not only will He equip you with ideas.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
The winner is Janelle Odo.
Janelle Odo is a trendsetter, the consummate professional, determined and passionate and committed to advancing the opportunities and total inclusion of all persons with disabilities, and especially teens and children who are blind. Janelle was the first student allowed to sit the common entrance examination in Braille, a watershed moment for Janelle and Barbados, as the true impact of the turning point is her personal story and the island is still unfolding. Entering one of the recognized top 3 secondary schools on the island, Janelle began a journey fueled by prayer and self-determination. Janelle was the 2014 Barbados Community College valedictorian and earned a Barbados exhibition in that same year. In 2017, Janelle was conferred with first-class honors in her field of study, Bachelor's of Law from the University of the West Indies, Cape Town campus. and received her legal education certificate from the Hugh Wudding Law School and holds a master's degree in public law and operates her own legal practice. Janelle is a motivational speaker and national advocate for persons with disabilities and has long been a voice for the voiceless and youth in 2012 and 2014. Janelle represented Barbados in Panama and Grenada respectively as a member of the youth advocacy group of the UN Population Fund. Janelle's research has played a crucial role in shaping the Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act. She acted as a researcher and prepared the drafting notes accepted by Cabinet. Janelle oversees a charity dedicated to providing support for Barbadian children and youth, a certified instructor in accessibility and universal design. Janelle is a mom and as such is an inspiration to women and girls living with disabilities that they can live life should they choose. Janelle Odo.
Told of Janelle Odell, a recipient of the Carrie-Ann Eiffel Award at the recently held National Youth Awards. And she's here with me, by the way. Janelle Odell, good morning to you.
Good morning.
You've just heard your story told.
Yes.
What was going through your mind as you listened to all you've been able to achieve thus far?
It's always a very overwhelming and humbling feeling because as a person with disabilities, I have been fighting my entire life. And just to look back to see how far I've come is really a humbling feeling.
So let's talk a little bit about the challenges as you saw them. You said you've been fighting.
Yes,
why fight and what was the fight about?
From the time I was very young, we were told that a blind child cannot go to a quote-unquote normal school. So we actually had to speak to the principal at the Wilkie Combat School at the time to have me sit in there to sit in classes so I could do the common entrance examination. And at that time, obviously, persons who are blind were not doing the common entrance examination in Braille. So we had to fight for that also. And then almost at every stage in my life, when I tried to apply for an institution, I was told, we can't cater to you. And I had to be constantly reminding persons, hey, I can't do this. I've done this before and I can't do this. So my entire life has been spent trying to prove persons what I can do and what I'm capable of.
And so you continue the fight.
Yes.
But you've always had support because your mother brought you onto the stage. And
Yes.
so the family has also been always around you.
Yes, please. I have very strong support from my family. My mother is always there for me when I was at school, when I had absolutely no books in Braille or no audio books or anything. My father and my brother had to be up till 1 o'clock sometimes at night reading books to me so I could Braille them out. My brother, sometimes he would record the books so I could play them back when I need to hear them. So I have a very strong support system. Anytime I need somebody, can call on them at any time. So I'm grateful for that.
And your brother we know well as Cashy Brown,
Yes,
DJ Cashy
please.
Brown. And so that to have that support has meant so much to you. But to be recognized nationally as well, I'm sure that must also feel equally important.
Yes, it does, because it shows me that my work means something and I am helping other people as well. Well, it's my hope that when I achieve these things, persons can see it, persons with disabilities, and say, well, hey, she did it, I can do it too. It's my dream that the path will be a lot smoother for persons coming after me. So.
We all set ourselves targets and goals to achieve. What's yours?
My dream is to promote equality and inclusion for all persons. And I hope to see it sometime in my lifetime that because of our disability, our orientation, or anything, that we are not excluded, that everybody has the same rights and freedoms in this country.
Being a mother of a precocious boy who's growing up. And so people online are saying, Janelle Odell, you are an amazing young lady. The commenters on our social media are talking about you. Patricia Ben says, congratulations to Neil. Janelle, wish you all the best in life.
Thank you.
And so Marcy Ross says, congratulations to you, Janelle Odell. And so on and on and on. Vereen Walker is joining in this as well. This must mean so much to you. But having to deal with a boy, a little boy, there's not a little girl, there's a little boy, and be challenged by your sight as well. Talk to me about managing that at this stage of your life.
You know, I was actually very scared in the beginning stages, but he is very understanding. He grows up to understand that Mommy can't see. And sometimes he even says, Mommy, you know, I have to move this out of the way because they have to protect you so you won't fall down. So even though I am helping him, I'm raising him, obviously, we are working together. And he, obviously, as any child, he's very curious and everything. But I think we have an understanding and obviously that love and that bond from one another that helps things make it a little easier.
What do you want from him or for him?
I want him to see me, my strengths and my fight throughout my life, and grow up to think that he can do anything and that his limit is himself. So as much as he thinks, as much as he believes, he can achieve.
That is such a noble cause from a mother for her son indeed, but it's a noble cause from Janelle Odell, the recipient of the Carrie-Ann Eiffel Award. You know, you have someone sitting next to you who is also a National Youth Awardee, recipient of an award. She received the Silk Cotton Award. Her name is Micah Joseph. Let's take in now that moment when she was announced the recipient.
And the winner is Micah Joseph.
As a project manager and officer of Walker's Institute of Regenerative Research, Education and Design, Micah exhibits a zeal for nature, the environment, agriculture, and blending her passion for conservation with tourism through immersive educational experiences at Walker's Reserve. Micah holds a Bachelor of Science in Ecology and has conducted research projects on remnant wetlands on the west coast of Barbados. Her work connects guests with nature, promotion of environmental awareness, sustainability, and regenerative practices in Barbados. Micah has designed educational programs for schools, marrying her experiences in the tourism sector as a tour guide and facilitation specialist with her ecological expertise to create vibrant, immersive tours for locals and visitors. Micah's work as a multifaceted work portfolio as a bird and public guide, mangrove restoration, beekeeping, and outreach initiatives are all aligned with the key principles of the Barbados Physical Development Plan. Her work has helped tremendously in the Long Pond wetland designation as a national park. Additionally, Micah's work supports UN Sustainable Development number 15, Life on Land. Ladies and gentlemen, Micah.
And so, Micah Joseph, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Congratulations to you as well.
Thank you so much.
While you were sitting in the audience, were you thinking, don't call me name, don't call me?
Listen, I wasn't exactly thinking that, but I did not expect them to actually call my name, to be honest. Realizing my achievements has been really eye-opening to me. People always tell me, you know, you should write your achievements down, then you'll actually realize what you have contributed to this space. And I didn't notice it until a family friend of mine wanted to nominate me for the prize and for the award. And they told me, just write down your achievements, you know. And when I started writing, and then they were like, no, you add this and this too, you know, that it shocked me, honestly. And it is a humbling experience, as Janelle would have said. So, yeah, I'm completely grateful for this.
But sometimes in our own humility, we don't jot down the things that we actually have done.
We really don't.
We tend to say, nah, that isn't important. You know, we just put down something we thought was so life-changing. But oftentimes, it's sometimes the other things that we do that are equally impactful. So was it that difficult for you really to jot it all down?
Honestly, I did have a couple challenges. There were some times where I was like, is this actually an achievement or is this not quite an achievement? But it is, you know, like people see it as an achievement, and that is quite amazing, to be honest. It's, yeah, mind-blowing.
You work in nature.
Yes.
Why?
So growing up, I spent a lot of time in nature, playing in nature, going into ponds, catching tadpoles, you know, all things of the sort. And I really grew an appreciation for nature, and seeing environmental degradation around me really motivated me to do what I am doing today. I have worked in tourism as I was studying at UE, ecology. So now I combine the two, where I also work in conservation and sustainability, but I get to share that knowledge with people and to encourage people to become more environmentally aware and conserve the space that they're in, because that's important.
So what are we getting? What do we as people get wrong? Because we live, we walk on this earth, and we just get on with it. We want to remove those things that we think are obstacles, but for you, sometimes they're not obstacles. They're just a part of the ecosystem. So what are we getting wrong, you think, from where you sit?
I think it's just a general mindset, lack of knowledge, lack of information. when I can say I work with WIRED, which is the Walker's Institute for Regenerative Research, Education and Design. I work at Walker's Reserve, and I have educational tours come through all the time. And a lot of kids don't know about their environment, or don't know a lot about their environment and how to protect their environment. So I've noticed that this is something that needs to start within the schools, where people are becoming more environmentally aware and appreciative of their environment, so that they can harness these ecosystems and these different microclimates that we're walking through and such. So yeah, I think what we're getting wrong is maybe the education side of it, the education and appreciation for that environment, or for this.
Based on the tours you do, you're part of that change. How else can you scale that change up so that it's meeting more people in more spaces?
In all honesty, one ways I would like to scale it up with the schools in particular is potentially having courses taught on environmental awareness. In terms of the community, we also have lots of persons from within the community that do workshops on site, like they do workshops on permaculture design courses and such, and beekeeping as well. Bees are essential for pollination services. Without them, we will lose.
We get it.
Yeah,
When we see a bee, we run, we want it off and gone.
I know, and I totally understand. There's such a stigma against them, but they're so, I mean, unless we harm them, they're not going to harm us. And they're so essential to life here on Earth. I mean, without them, we're going to lose a lot of the food crops that we eat. So, yeah, education, very important.
So to get into the schools and to do more when it comes to that. Our social media commenters are also talking about and wishing you very well as well. And so,
thank you.
Kieran Olivier says, Micah's super proud of you as well. They're right there on our screen if you want to turn and watch. Patricia Ben says, congratulations to you, Michael. Wishing you the very best in all that you do, with all the balloons and everything else, and with the celebration that goes with it. And so sometimes it can be lonely. Looking around, do you see enough of the young people who look like you, young like you, who are joining the journey and having the same passion as you?
So I don't see enough, to be honest, here on island. I actually recently visited Costa Rica, and those people have a true appreciation for their environment. And it only fueled my want to get more Barbadians appreciative of their environment. So I'm not seeing that right now, but I believe that what the future holds is that some of us will be the starters of this type of environmental awareness, and WIRED will be a big contribution or play a big part in that as well. And I believe that we'll get there.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, Janelle, back to you. Do you get a sense that in our community, the space has been created now for people who are blind, people who have other challenges as well, to be equal or treated in an equal way and given the same opportunity as any other able-bodied person?
Definitely not. We still have a very long way to go. Former MP Edmund Hickson always said that currently in Barbados, our unemployment rate among persons with disability is 90%. And that obviously includes persons who are blind. And when I look around my community, because I belong to organizations, there are very few of us who actually are employed or have been attending like mainstream education or anything like that, because it is difficult. We don't have the resources in Barbados in many cases, and the devices and stuff that we need to live equal lives are very expensive as well. So, and persons with disabilities are generally living in poverty, a lot of the case. So, no, I'm not seeing equal spaces as yet for persons with disabilities. We recently passed the Rights of Persons with Disability legislation in January this year. So I'm hoping that with the passage of that legislation, we start to see some things changing and a shift, especially as it relates to the educational system and employment as well.
You've traveled to represent Barbados and to speak at many general fora across the world, advocating. Talk to me a little bit, one, about the places you've been and the kind of responses you've met.
Well, I've been to several places. Most recently, I actually went to Germany in April for the Global Disability Summit. I went to New York last June for the UN Conference of Persons with Disabilities. And then in June as well, actually, I went to Canada as the Inclusion Advisor for the Caribbean Development Bank Future Leaders Network. So in all of these spaces, I actually represent Barbados and our movement in Barbados. And what is very astounding and surprising is that we, in Barbados, we look at to international countries and say, if you're living over there, things will be different. But a lot of these persons have similar issues. And even though the countries may be more advanced, persons still have issues being accepted in society. We still have a lot of stigma when we come out trying to be accepted, because a lot of persons still generally believe that, you have a disability, what do you want to work for? You should be at home, somebody should be taking care of you. So generally around the world, it is similar feelings, and it is very saddening because sometimes I actually ask myself, is it worth it? Because if these countries have a lot more resources than we have, and I'm over here fighting, can we see equality anytime soon? Then I remind myself, hey, it's not just for me. Their people, their children are going to come after me, and I want them to have a smoother path than I had to live. So I have to keep fighting.
And keep fighting, you do. Micah, from where you are, though, because of what you do, are your sessions geared in a way to be open to people of different abilities?
Yes, they are. We're very open to that, actually. I was just thinking about the fact that we can definitely find a way to collaborate, Janelle, for sure, for persons with disabilities. We do have or do get persons with disabilities involved in like our tree planting activities and even learning about beekeeping, about bees, about the environment and such. So if we can find a way to become more involved, then yeah, we're happy to do that for sure, as we want to be as inclusive as possible.
Good. Happy to bring both of you together. Progress happens from here. Janelle, is there a Caribbean association that fights on the Caribbean level? You travel, you represented Barbados, but is there a regional approach to what to do?
Well, actually, I'm a director of the recently formed Caribbean Disability Network. We were just formed only in November last year, and we have a Caribbean conference coming up later this year in Barbados. So we are hoping to advocate, for all the different Caribbean nations and move around, have a conference yearly to help inform persons of their rights and inform the countries as a whole of their obligations. So yes, we have a lot of work to do because we now started.
They're taking this seriously. They've just started. And so, when this happened or as it's approaching, please let us know on Mornin Barbados, because I think it's a subject that needs to be kept ever in the forefront of people's minds. From where you sit, Micah, as well, is there a regional approach to what you do and paying attention to the environment, to the ecosystems?
So one of the objectives of Wired, as we are a non-governmental organization and we're currently transforming a sand quarry into a nature reserve, one of those objectives is to have this project now be a model for other projects or extractive industries within the Caribbean and hopefully internationally at one point. So we have been seeing, there have been people from other islands who have come to us who want to form partnerships in order for them or their spaces to become more environmentally friendly. So there is a push for it. It's not a big enough push yet, but I believe that we are getting there for sure.
You're getting there moment by moment, bit by bit, sand pebble by sand pebble, and all as it goes. And so this is fantastic. I'm so happy to have met both of you, two young, articulate women, passionate, focused, determined, and I know success is right there within your grasp. I know as we reach success, sometimes we want to give up, but I know, given by the two of you, that you're not giving up. That's just one thing that haven't been achieved. And I'm so thrilled, and congratulations, both of you. Janelle Odell for receiving the Carrie-Ann Eiffel Award. Congratulations, overly, indeed. And for you, Micah Joseph, receiving the Silk Cotton Award as well. Well done, both of you, are good and faithful servants.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much, really, for leading the way for other young people as well. And to be nationally rewarded and recognized is a tremendous success.
It is.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
You're
much.
very welcome. Whoa, Mornin Barbados comes back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Community Empowerment's Bridges television series is back. Join us every Wednesday at 8 p.m. with a repeat on Saturdays at 5:30 p.m. on CBC TV 8. Don't you miss it.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources, he'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor, as he did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV 8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health...
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
And the winner of the FICUS Award is Welsh Bathland Community Group.
The Welsh Bathland Community Group was officially registered with the mantra, building a better community together. To this date, the group has completed several community projects, including community debushings and maintenance projects, beach cleanups at Bath Beach, and has developed an area within the community sports, community events, and training of the youth within the community. The group has successfully formed a cricket team and participated in 4 cricket competitions, namely the Charles Griffith Invitational Classic held at Gar Hill, St. John in November 2018, and the Codgerton College Village T20 cricket competition at Codgerton College, College Land, St. John in December 2018, 2019, and 2022, building rapport and community networks within St. John. The 15-man squad commandingly secured 3rd place in the latter competition.
Well, that's Myrico Morris. This is Myrico Morris with us this morning indeed. Myrico, good morning.
Good morning, Pearson.
Good to see you yet again. Congratulations to the Bath Welsh Land Community Group, indeed, on being rewarded and recognized in this way. Will you stop for just a moment to think, you just wanted to help your community?
Yes, that was the actual premise. We came together so many years ago, nearly a decade now, just to be able to assist the people within the community to start to develop a lot of projects for the youth. And we went from there to having these cricket teams, to developing some social projects, developing environmental projects, and really starting to build out the capacity, not just of the community, but its overall climate resilience and strength. And we formed community disaster response teams and partnerships with the Red Cross and the DEO, and it's been a trip for the last decade.
What drives you? Because you could have sat back and said, yeah, I know we can do this or we should do this, but it's for someone else to do. But you said, no, that's for me to do.
My community, my responsibility. Each and every one of them drives me. I saw some photos recently of some of my kids in the community a few years ago when we took a tour to the prison. And I'm looking at some of them now and I'm like, I'm getting old. I'm getting old.
But you see the success.
You see it.
You see their growth and their change as well.
Yes, tours like that actually encouraged a lot of them. Some of them have now joined the cadet corps.
Nice.
They're in the youth service. Some of them have even gone on to mentor others. And through that mentorship, then it has become contagious. And it has also encouraged other communities to get something going and start to take care of their community. Even right now, I'm assisting with mentoring a group in another part of St. John, in Churchview, and helping them develop. So people drive me. People, prosperity for them. And then when it's all, and then I can sit and count the gray hairs, and I'll be good.
You'll be good. You sat there in the Frank Cullimore Hall, and you heard all the criteria and the citations for other nominees. And what were you thinking at that point when they finished all of them? What were you thinking?
Wow. At least I'm not alone.
At least I'm not alone. Was that all?
Not alone. No, it's actually very interesting and inspiring to hear that there are other young people. They're really trying to champion development, youth development, climate, environmental sustainability, some with some exceptional talents, and really encouraging to know that there is now a network of not just leaders like myself, but individuals who are willing to come and to work and give of resources to be able to have a utilitarian solution to a lot of the issues we're having in the island.
And so the moment came where the announcement had to be made, and Myrica was hoping my name is called, or was Myrica saying, if they don't call my name, it doesn't matter? What were you thinking?
If they don't call my name, it doesn't matter.
That's why you were going. You're very humble.
Yes.
You're hoping to call your name, but at the same time, if they don't, well, at least, so what?
Well, it's good to understand that you're being recognized.
Yes.
Sometimes doing a lot of this work sometimes does seem extremely lonely. As I said, it was interesting to hear the names of others and knowing that there are groups, and you're hearing the names of others who have won. But then there were several people in the audience who were doing the same thing that we were doing, or something similar. And it's like, okay, you're really, really, really not alone in this. So getting to know a lot of them, getting to be present with a lot of them, and networking with them. If they didn't call my name or my group's name, that was absolutely fine.
That's fine with you.
That was absolutely fine.
In terms of what else the group, the Bath Wetland Community Group, is doing now, what are you now working on or hoping to work on in the near future?
Well, currently we have a sustainability project. It's geared towards biodiversity protection at Bath Beach. So most people are unaware, but a lot of these very small mongoose are doing a lot of damage at Bath. And this is with the turtle population. So a lot of people are not aware of it, but the mongoose actually eat the turtle eggs. They burrow into the nest and raid the nests across the beach. So we have some biodiversity protection projects going on like that. Another thing is the development of the community disaster response team. So this is where a lot of the work is going into play, especially now we're in the hurricane season, in association with the District Emergency Organization and the Red Cross. We're having training, and we're supposed to have some rappel training coming off shortly with the fire service, and to allow these people to get some life-saving skills, teaching them about climate change, teaching them about disaster preparedness, and also teaching them all about response. Because there's actually a notion that people who are untrained react.
Yes.
People who are trained respond. So I try to make sure that the people within my community and the communities around me are able to respond instead of react, and be able to drive community resilience through our own efforts and keeping our community clean. So it's not just response after disaster, but it's also within the construct of making sure that the drains are clean. These simple things prevent flooding. Knowledge of your community, knowledge of routes in and out, and how you're going to be able to help the persons and the vulnerable within your community, and make some of this community mindedness a little more contagious for the next generations. As I said, it's been 10 years.
Yes.
It's going 10 years.
Yes,
So.
yes. But it's 10 good years. and you want the next 10 years to be even greater. And so you're empowering others to do so. Congratulations to you, Mairico. What an achievement. That's coming from our social media commenters as well. Folks who are watching online, who are really, really proud of these things. Like, wow, people are actually recognizing this. Yes, they are. And so being nationally recognized is what we're very proud about. And so we're excited for what else lands in your lap to do. I know you're the kind of a Yoma who never gets tired because there's always something happening. You don't mind taking up the mantle to run with it.
No, somebody got to do it. But again, with the mentality of my community, my responsibility, if that can become contagious, then a lot of the social issues that we're having, a lot of the environmental issues we have to tackle become a little easier because now you have a sense of responsibility for what you're doing. It now becomes yours.
Yes.
It's no longer that is the government job or that's private sector job. But if you know that you're putting out a lot of garbage, but yet you can implement a recycling program, you can do that.
Why not do it?
Why not do it?
Why not do it? Mairico Morris, congratulations.
Thank you.
To you and the Welch Bathland Community Group, indeed. Congratulations. Great work done. More great work to come. And so we commend you on your achievement and your achievements thus far. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We're taking a break right here. We're coming back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray Microbiome Probiotics and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV 8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Let's take a look at some news now. The peace of Bridgetown was shattered on Sunday evening when patrons of the historic Bridgetown Antiques Market were sent scampering. Gunshots rang out on Nelson Street next door to Golden Square Freedom Park, where that event was being held. Police Communications and Public Affairs Officer Inspector Ryan Brathwaite confirmed that event. One resident says he heard shots and a window shattering in the bedroom where his wife was, and he's calling for the gunplay to come to an end.
Foolishness need to stop. I don't know what is going on in this world. It ain't only in Barbados, it's over the whole world, right? That's all it is about it. The first time that it happened down this side. If anything, it's happened up on top, but the first time I ever hear come this close.
Well, one of the patrons of the Antiques Show recalls that some of those at Golden Square started asking if the piercing sounds were gunshots, and they began running for cover in an effort to shield themselves from any stray bullets.
I think it's beginning a little bit concerning with the regularity that it's, because it's almost daily that there's shootings. I'm not scared, I'm concerned. Like what's happening and what's taking place and what can be done about it.
An exhibitor at that event says while he heard the gunshots, he was not panicked. He said he initially thought the noise was fireworks.
It was only when the second burst started to happen, where you were starting to hear some single shots, that it was really clear that there was gunshots happening in the area. So at that point, everybody that wasn't down got down just to make sure that they were safe.
Inspector Braffett also confirmed another shooting, this time in Whitehall Main Road at its junction with St. Stephen's Hill. He says 4 men on motorcycles rode through the area discharging a number of shots, resulting in 1 man being fatally wounded and another injured. Whereas President of the Cave Hill Community Club, Troy Williams, says one of the victims is one of his favorite people in the community, and he is calling for some form of intervention to stem the rising gun crimes.
This gun violence and violence in general is a major problem in Barbados. The government is doing a good job, but we need more intervention. We need more programs. We need this to be taken more seriously. More seriously, not just from a government, a national, country, and community. Communities need to come back together. Communities need to be caring. Communities need to be loving. We really need that intervention. We need the support.
Well, the island's transition to a green economy is taking pace. Director of the National Heritage Department, Steve Devonish, says government is partnering with the United Nations Development Programme to make this possible. He says through the partnership, government is supporting climate-resilient enterprises, expanding access to renewable energy, and fostering low-carbon innovation. He was delivering remarks at the opening of the Small Island Future Festival 2025.
Even though you might feel bureaucracy and process in government and governance is time wasting if you want to take a shortcut, there is no substitute for it. As we plug into the international arena, as we seek to gather resources beyond the shores of Barbados, this order and understanding is important. If we do not care for that order and understanding, then it will make all of our efforts fruitless. As a student of the CIDS conference, as I said, and the Global Conference in 1994 in Barbados, I feel proud to see products of that time stand before you and speak with confidence of those things. Young people, you are the future. Do not be despair. We're happy that you are here. Open your minds, open your eyes, and continue to challenge us.
Meanwhile, National Coordinator of the Global Environmental Program, Small Grants Program UNDP, Dr. David Bino, says since 1994, the program has facilitated millions of investments into communities across the island. In fact, he says the UNDP program and its partners invested more than $260,000 to host the Small Island Future Festival.
Every parish in Barbados was touched by the Jeff Small Grants program. Over close to 150 projects in the last 10 years alone, we would have implemented across Barbados. The majority of secondary schools and primary schools would have benefited directly from the work that Jeff Small Grants program does. Now, we don't only work in one focal area, we're wide. We provide funding in the prevention of land degradation, climate change, which is critical, biodiversity conservation, chemicals and waste management, capacity building.
Construction work on the Bruceville Bridge in St. Andrew is now at demolitions phase and should be fully complete in about 9 to 10 months. And Ministry of Transport and Works representative on the Scotland Road Rehabilitation Project, George Holder, says there have been some delays of the work, the major one being the redesign of the foundation of the abutments to the bridge.
It's a previous design, and when it was tested and when we excavated to see what the materials were really like, we found that the geotechnical investigations that were carried on, the actual ground beneath the foundations was not as anticipated, which called for a new and a redesign of the foundations. We've carried out that work. We're happy with what we have now, and we're about to start that work.
Mr. Holder says work was also done on the gabions. He explains in order to do that work, they had to temporarily divert the existing river, but some of the temporary work became undone with the heavy showers.
We expect now that as we move into the rainy season, that such occurrences will happen quite often. And there's little point of us doing a diversion at this moment. We have implemented other measures to protect the work, the piling work that is being done. We do not really need to have the channel of the river to protect the foundations or the pile foundations. I know that this is an issue for the residents, but we're asking them to bear with us as we carry on with the construction of the actual bridge.
One primary school principal has questioned the fairness of the Barbados Secondary School's Common Interest exam. Principal of the Milton Lynch Primary School, Tyrone Marshall, says that while the exam has been around for aeons and has also helped a lot of children to gain access to some of their higher ranked schools, the exam fails to show the constant improvement that some students make over their primary school life. He says while this is unfortunate, he commends those children who would have made those improvements.
What this exam could not do is show the strides that many children have made. There are boys who sit here today who move from a 20% range in mathematics to a 40% range. There are those who struggle with reading but were able to produce results between 30 and 50%. We applaud those students. Today you won those personal battles.
Mr. Marshall also bemoaned the way schools are being judged by their results in the exam. He believes that schools should not only be judged on one day of the year.
Unfortunately, though, a school is judged every year by the results it received for that particular year. One year you were given a standing ovation. 365 days later, you are treated with scant respect. Same school, same teachers, same principal. May I be excused from that class of folly?
Fishing in Barbados is not dying. That's the word from the president of the Pile Bay Fisherfolk Organization, Katrina Chapman. Speaking at a fun day, she said there are some youngsters in the community who are training to build boats and become fishermen.
I have some youngsters, some upcoming youngsters that from Pile Bay community that is interested in boat building and interested in the fishing industry in the whole. So I don't see it as a dying industry.
And regarding fishermen either using fishing boats templates or the boats themselves from Canada, Ms. Chapman said she believes that can work, but it will depend on the fisherman's preference.
The models, it's up to the individual fishermen to choose the type of vessels they want to carry out. So if a model from Canada suit them, yes, it'll be okay.
That's news at the moment. We'll have more news coming up at 12 noon right here on CBC TV 8. Morning Barbados takes a break. We're back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scold, a look into the future.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons, which will surprise many, is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end, and what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living...
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We are 14 minutes after 7 o'clock this Monday morning, and I asked the question, what do you know about terrell cod? What do you know about conservation? What do you understand about reclaiming our Atlantic destiny? What do you understand about understanding our artifacts and the stories told in those artifacts as well? And how do we document those artifacts as well? That's what we're talking about now. When we met this morning by Martin Weeks and Shernice Mears-Springer, they're both assistant conservators in the Reclaiming Our Atlantic Destiny project that's ongoing at the Terracott Center. And so to both of you, good morning.
Good morning.
First of all, Martin, what's a conservator?
So a conservator is somebody who looks at preservation, who looks at understanding the ethics of the object they're working with so that they honor and respect the cultural and historical value of that object. And then we also do interventive work. We try to keep that as minimal as possible to respect the object itself. And we look at safeguarding it for the future.
And so that's a project you're on right now as Conservators Terracott. And so, Shernice, why? Does it sound boring to you? I never did it?
Why Terracott?
No, why as a conservator, working the way that you do?
Well, it's important to, so we can, have our, it's important to
know our history.
Yes.
And to be able to take that history and put it into true context, and while not destroying the integrity or the truth of that history. And so working on the Terracott project, what did it unearth for you, Martin?
So the Terracott project is like a case study where it's all about building capacity. So being Barbadian, we want to be able to preserve our own heritage. So it's about building capacity with the young people by working collaboratively with I'd like to shout out the Barbados National Trust, with the Samuel Jackman Prescott Institute, as well as the National Library Service, the Division of Culture, and of course the Road Project. So the aim is to train young people to be able to work on these sites, to understand the makeup of these sites so that we can perform interventive measures when needed, and to also add value to the site as well.
All right. And so far, what have you learned at Terracott?
To be honest, it has been eye-opening because I feel like coming in as the average Barbadian, I didn't know really what Terracott was about, and from working on there, I understood that it was not only the home of two of our prime ministers, it also is one of the only other structures that still has a cupola, if you know what a cupola is.
Tell the people what a cupola is. You're the conservator.
So a cupola is a structure that people back in the day used to look out for their ships. So it's actually like a square, a rectangle base where you have a lookout all around. And you can go up in that structure and look to see when your ships would dock at the port. As well as, let's see, it also houses several replicas of chateau houses. And yeah.
It's a full community right there at Terracott. Yeah. And so that's the residence of one of our national heroes, the Right Excellent Sir Grantley Adams, and Tom Adams, who became the next Prime Minister as well. Yeah. And so Shernice, being on that compound, knowing the history of it, and understanding that within the context of reclaiming our Atlantic destiny as well, how has it impacted you?
Well, it's been very rewarding. I now get to take in the knowledge I have learned, and I can apply that knowledge to others and ensure that, this knowledge is passed on for generations to come.
And so every day, what do you do? Do you go through, you say, okay, this is a book, I must dust it off very carefully because we don't want to damage the parchment paper on which it was written, so to speak. Is that what you do as a conservator? Yes,
but not only that, we also deal with built heritage like Terracott, so it's not only about dusting, as you said, it's also about repairing paper, it's also about documentation, ensuring that these objects, that our heritage is fully preserved and conserved.
I think we have on the screen right now some bookshelves and bookcases because our past prime ministers love to read, and it's there to which they often turned to find out some history about what happened as well. So when you met that in the corridors of Terracott, you were fascinated to turn the key to get inside, right?
Honestly, I was overwhelmed by the sheer volume of books that they have that not only document the history but also political strategies, because that house housed several political meetings that were important to Barbados in the Caribbean.
I know coming up, you're having an opportunity for us all to come around to sit around the table, basically. So what's happening? Is this Wednesday?
This Wednesday.
What's happening?
At the Israel Synagogue in Bridgetown at 6:30. We're having a discussion to talk about the work that the young people have been doing and how they have been engaging with the project and what they have learned and our experiences on working with the young people and the collaborations with the other divisions we talked about and how that has been.
Okay, so we get a progress report, so to speak, and we get to hear from the young people like yourselves who are engaging in this project as well to get us, perhaps to inspire other young people?
Of course. So we hope that when people come to the discussion, they don't just come and listen, they have a discussion and they go with an understanding and they become stewards of heritage itself, where they go and they talk to young people about how they can become involved in the project. They not only understand they understand the actual site itself, which adds value to the site as well.
And so it's happening on Wednesday, what time?
It's happening at 6:30 p.m.
In the evening, 6:30. And that's again at the Israel Synagogue.
Yes, please.
Where's that located exactly?
So my directions are very Beijing.
That's all right, try it. Try it.
So that is in Bridgetown, across from the Central Police Station. So...
In the complex near to the car park?
Yes.
Gotcha now. I get you. Trust me, I get you. You see that building near to the car park across on the Central Police Station? That building is where we'll all assemble for 6:30. And who's guiding that discussion so that we get meaningful outcomes? Who's guiding that?
We, along with 3 of our other colleagues from the Reclaiming Our Atlantic Destiny project, will be guiding the discussion.
All right.
As well as a steward from the Barbados National Trust.
So it's a meaningful discussion. It's not targeted simply at older people, it's also targeted at younger people as well. And I'm asking like this deliberately because I want other young people to see themselves. What interested you? Was it history, the knowledge, the quest of history, knowing what your history was? Or was it something else that got you involved in this project?
It was a blend. I feel like it was partly spirit-led, as well as it's a perfect blend of art, history, and science, because I'm a big science person.
You're all of that in one. Yes. And so if there are people like yourself, this is for you.
This is for
What about you, Shanice?
Also science, but also academic, because I have a background in environmental science and natural resource management. So I was particularly interested in how I could intersect that with cultural heritage. So that led me to conservation. So I now get to apply my scientific knowledge to helping preserve Barbados's cultural heritage.
And that is you. That is you for the session on Wednesday as well at 6:30 at the synagogue there, just opposite the Central Police Station in the building near to the car park indeed. And so that's where we all gather this coming Wednesday for 6:30. It's fantastic. The objectives are real and meaningful because there's a digitization project that's going on there, and so to be able to take that information and put it into digital format for other generations to access as well. And if you tell me again in my ear, I'll be able to ask that question. All right, so I know you're not the people responsible for the property at Terrell Court.
Yes, please.
But are people allowed, from your knowledge, to come onto the property to see what you guys are doing?
Yes, you can actually contact Jason. He is the property manager of Terrell Court.
Okay.
He, in collaboration with Barbados National Trust, that's one of their flagship properties.
All right, so the National Trust will guide you as to how and when you can actually visit the Terrell Court location.
Yes.
But on Wednesday, if you're a student of history, if you're a student of science, you have a passion for documenting our history, understanding our history, and placing it into context. If you want to know more about our reclaiming of our Atlantic destiny and how you can have play an active role in this session is for you on Wednesday. It starts at 6:30. In the synagogue, which is opposite the Central Police Station, across the road, but near to the car park. That's the best description. The building right there is open, and so you can come and engage indeed with these young people and others like themselves, and to hear more about the ongoing project at Terrell Court and others as well across the island as they move around to document our built history and to be able to understand the lives of the people who lived within, the stories of the people who lived within, the things that they collected that lived within, and link it back to everything about us so we get a clearer picture of who we are indeed. And so I commend you both.
Thank you.
I wish you well. I really hope that a lot of people do come. I know for some of you it sounds like a heavy subject, but it's the stories that are going to be told that will lift your spirit. So don't see it as a heavy subject. Come and engage, and you will learn so much more from these young people indeed. Martin Weeks and Shernice Mears-Springer, who are assistant conservators on the reclaiming of our Atlantic destiny, working on the Terracotta project. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Wish you well. All right.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. We're coming back in a minute.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can reach out whenever you need to talk.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Morning
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
26 minutes now after 7 o'clock. A couple of things I want to remind you of before the time gets away. Don't forget, today at the Barbados Community College in the Liberal Arts Auditorium, there is a workshop for those of you seeking employment on MSC Cruises. That's in association with the Barbados Tourism Marketing Incorporated and the Ministry of Labour. Community College, 9:30 this morning. Then in the afternoon, students, you have an opportunity to have your practice workshop, so to speak, for those of you interested in certain professions available to you on the cruises. But tomorrow and again on Wednesday, to Pelican House you go for the job fair. MSC Cruises offering all of you an opportunity to have a job cruising, and so that job fair starts at 9 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon, and you know what to do. You know exactly what to take along to bolster your opportunities. So good luck to all of you, but don't miss this opportunity at all. That's one. The other thing relates to tomorrow, because you remember on Friday we had the lady in from St. George. She was telling us about the active aging group. Tomorrow, Tuesday, they're having their exhibition of craft, fitness, and a whole lot more. There you'll meet a man who has crafted a replica of the original Dratts Hall Plantation House. So they want you to come to the Resource Center at Dratts Hall. The Resource Center at Dratts Hall from 1 in the afternoon to engage with them, to get to know more of the history of the location, to get to see what they've been doing, and to engage with them also in fitness. So I can't wait to encourage you to continue to do so. So support the folks in St. George tomorrow. The active agers are looking forward to having you there. All right, that was 2. Now let's turn our attention to celebrating with the Ministry of Labour, because when we talk about safety and health at work, we think about falls and a whole lot more. But there's so much more that they do. 85 years, that's a legacy to be very, very proud of. And so join us this morning as we take a look at their continuing work and some activities that they're having to mark this celebration. Is Nia Solanke Payne, who is a Safety and Health Officer in the Ministry of Labour. And with her is Carol Harris, who is also the same thing. Ladies, good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
Firstly, congratulations on your anniversary. It must mean so much to the department indeed to be marking significantly this milestone, 85 years. What does it mean to you as an officer, really, playing a role in all of those years?
Well, good morning, everyone. I would say it is an honor to be in an establishment that has done a lot for the history of the working class in Barbados, as we have moved from the traditional plantation and industry to we are no more service environment, and we have done a lot to improve the standards of working conditions. So a lot was done before we came. We have come and we've added value to that, and we want to set the tone for others who come behind us to do the same.
Value, you're right, because it's one of the things that businesses now take very, very seriously. Once upon a time, you're quite, we thought it was like, take care of yourself. If you fall, kadir. Yes. But now it's no. There is an onus on the employment, the employer, to provide a safe working environment. Are they getting through to that, Carol? Are they really hearing that message?
I must say that the Barbados public and anyone who enters the workforce in Barbados, we've come a long way, especially the construction sector. Because before you had to go around and tell everybody, put on your hard hat. Most of the major construction sites, people, they're already engaged, they're already employing safety and health officers specifically for the site, and that was unheard of. And that's an emerging employment area. And some sectors outside of construction, they've gone to AI. So for the International Labour Organization, the World Day for Safety and Health theme was the impact of automation and AI on the workforce, and the Labour Department, we've already started to focus on this area, the platform industry, the informal sector, because a lot of persons, they've gone from working for someone to being self-employed, and you can stay in Barbados, because remember we were promoting during COVID, come to Barbados and work.
Yes.
So the Labour Department, we've stepped up, and we said, yes, you can come to the Labour Department, and we've already had the training for our staff, just introduce it to AI, because people are afraid what's going to happen to me when AI comes. So we're still doing the basic. There's some workplaces we still have to tell them toilet paper and soap, and so you have to have toilet paper for your staff, drinking water for your staff, first aid supplies. So we're trying to build a culture of safety. So for the persons who love to change the curtains and beautify the place, don't step on your chair. Get a step stool, a sturdy step stool. How many people stepped on the chair this week, last week? Don't step on your chair. Get a step ladder, get a step stool. So we're going to have a number of events that promote the use of AI. No one should say, well, I have to get minutes. Who want to get minutes in the meeting? There's smart tools for that. So you come to the Labour Department, we're sharing that. So it's health and safety. We're going to be focusing on technology. We're going to be, so it's the traditional health and safety, the PPE, but it's also moving forward, and for those in the informal sector, and again, how to behave, because it's physical safety, it's mental safety, and it's the health. So remember, during COVID time, everybody, anybody sneeze or sniffle, everybody panicked. But when I visit a workplace with an air quality issue, suddenly they hear Labour Department, everybody start coughing. So sometimes I wish COVID was around, so they would cough left. Yes, I know there's an issue. So come to the Labour Department, and our week of activity will be highlighting all of this.
That is the way, I chuckled because you're quite right. You've hit the nail completely on the head, the way we act and we behave and we think, because over 85 years you understand how we do this. But over the 85 years as well, you're also seeing compliance. Yes. More and more employers are doing the right thing, and we want you to consistently do the right thing. And so this week allows us to be able to refocus for just a moment, in case we've stepped away from the truth, really the barometer by which you guys operate, to get back on track to doing the right thing by our people who work in our environment. And you're right about the step ladder, because the other day when I wanted to change a bulb in the roof at home, I stepped on a chair. And you're right, but there's a danger in that, and we don't perceive it until something happens. And so we want to remind people of the do's and the don'ts. And so this week allows us to do that. So how are you marking the week? So what are those opportunities in the week in the year that we can come back to refresh ourselves about what's real?
So our week starts on Sunday, next Sunday,
This Sunday
coming, the 29th of June, with a church service at the All Saints Anglican Church in Pleasant Hall, St. Peter, and everyone is invited to attend. Then on Monday, the 30th of June, we will have our focus, workplace wellness will be the focus. We will be at the Henry Fraser Auditorium of the Medical Sciences Faculty of the University of West Indies.
Folks, it's all there on your screen. Take a look for yourself, yes. You can see
So
as you're talking.
On that Monday at 9 o'clock, we'll have an opening ceremony, and then starting at 11, we'll have seminars which will look at financial wellness, manage your money, manage your stress. We'll also look at the National Workplace Wellness Policy and its 9 dimensions.
All on Monday?
All on Monday, yes, and an action checklist that can be used to help workplaces develop their workplace wellness policy. We'll also have on that day a presentation on mental, the mental aspect of it, and as the physical aspect of it as well. Then on Tuesday, we will focus our energies and pay attention to safety and health practitioners. So on that day, we would expect to have a robust discussion. It's just a morning session, and HR professionals who are responsible for managing safety and health, as well as safety and health practitioners, are invited to come and have discussions about some of the challenges and the solutions. There'll be networking opportunities and opportunities to share best practices in terms of how we can improve safety and health in the workplace. And then on Wednesday,
Tuesday, that happens at your office.
Yes, sorry, the Warren's office complex.
Right, from 10 o'clock in the morning.
From 10 until 12.
Until 12, about just a couple of hours. And what you said to me about HR practitioners, there's safety and health at work committees in offices as well. Would committee members be able to come to that too, Carol?
Yes, they would.
All right.
We're encouraging, because with the Labor Department, we believe in consultation, and the law requires the employer and the employees to work together to make it safe. So it's all about promoting a safety culture. We want, when you think of Barbados, not just people being efficient, because normally the word out, Bajans feel they're better than everybody else. But when you live here, you see it. You see it. So when you think about Barbados, you think health and safety. You see somebody working properly on a scaffolding, that's a Bajan. That's who we are. So for that day, we want employee representatives. Once you're involved in health and safety, you can go to our website, you can register and come for that day.
Okay, so we need to register for Tuesday's session.
Yes.
And so what's the website?
www.labor.bb, or you can also register on the GAS Instagram handle, which is GAS Barbados.
All right. So labor.gov.bb is the website to which we go to make our registration. And so don't just show up. I know it sounds as if, oh shoot, I'm going to go. Don't just show up, because you need to be able to accommodate people accordingly. Yes. It's going to be held at the Labor office in Warrens. You know where that is, what we call the Barrack building. That's the building in which they will be having a meeting on Tuesday beginning at 10 in the morning, looking up organizational safety and health practitioners. All of you're in there. It's a networking opportunity as well, but we learn a lot. Now to Wednesday.
Yes. So registration is required for both Monday and Wednesday. Monday and Tuesday.
Okay.
Wednesday, the Barbados Fire Service will host training on working at heights. That is already fully subscribed, because they're only catering to a small group of persons to ensure that they get the attention they need. And we have chosen this area because, based on our inspections and the accidents that have been reported to the Labor Department, we have identified working at heights as an area of interest. So we, because of what we found, we chose to pre-select companies that we have found deficits in. So that has already subscribed, and they will be, the Barbados Fire Service will be providing that training for working at heights on Wednesday.
That's only one session though. Would there
It
be
is an
other
all-day
sessions
session.
so
Well,
that other people can come? Because
well,
often we
hopefully
forget this.
organizations will also see the benefit in it, because it's so small. Maybe one person representing the companies identified can attend, and hopefully the companies seeing the benefit of it can then subscribe to the program through the Barbados Fire Service. It is a program that they offer.
Too many times we see people cutting corners.
Yes.
The scaffolding without the harnesses, the ladders without the harnesses, the ladders not properly secured, all of those kinds of, we cut the corner. We go up on the roof and we figure, hey, I know up here well. And so therefore I'm all right until you land on the ground.
Yes.
And so that's what you're talking about here. And so while this is one opportunity on Wednesday, I would hope, please, madam, that other opportunities are afforded other organizations for the next iteration so that they too can benefit from all that you're being able to offer through the Barbados Fire Service Academy.
Yes.
And so I think that's a really fantastic opportunity. It's subscribed, so it's not for you now. There are no more spaces. But perhaps if you work closely with the Labor Department, they can see what they can do to make other opportunities available to you.
Yes.
Right? Fair?
Yes,
Fair.
certainly.
All right. Then Thursday.
On Thursday, I'll let Carol talk about
Carol,
Thursday.
what's happening on Thursday?
Well, before I even go to Thursday, this Friday, the Labor Department, along with our co-workers at NISSS, we're going to be going around to some workplaces in the Warrens and Black Rock area. We're going to be handing out some flyers, and on the flyer, we have a QR code that leads you to the Ministry of Labor's website. Again, we're about technology. So years ago, we'd be printing a lot of brochures and, so now you scan the QR code, and now some people say, I don't know how to do that. The same way how people used to go in the bank, and I'm very old, the old typewriter, the same way how you can learn how to scan a QR code. It gives you access to everything, not just health and safety information, but the employment information, all the legislation is there once you scan that QR code. So we'll come around, we'll be at Popular, Cost You Less, we'll be at the Carlton Complex, Wanaccord Plaza, that general area. So you can come get the information. We probably have some time to hear a bit of a query. So that will be this Friday in that general area.
Right, this Friday.
On Thursday now, we'll be, because again, working at heights, and we've had some serious, almost fatal accidents in warehouses with forklifts, and one gentleman fell about 25 feet, almost paralyzed himself. And so we brought in Koyman. I don't know the person driving Koyman, how well organized it is. So we're going to be speaking about warehouse safety and organizing yourself. And we're going to have, it's not just a wellness there. We're going to have the exercise, the health checks, like everybody else. But we're going to have persons, supplier of the services related to health and safety. So the psychiatric, again, to contribute to mental health. Virgil paint, you mightn't think about them in health and safety, but the whole color and psychology and the mold control. Because a lot of places with mold, it's about moisture intrusion.
Yes.
So we'll have them there. We're going to have flow. So they're we talk about the smart tools. So you shouldn't be suffering with ergonomic issues if you have to type a lot and take minutes. The tools you can use, text to talk, there are lots of things you can learn about all of that when you come on Thursday. So it's going to be in the Warrens Car Park, the same Barak building. It's going to be between, we said 9:30 to 4, but most people, the presentation.
Stay on.
Right. So we're going to have the Barbados Police Service. They're going to be speaking about workplace security, because workers need to know how can you protect yourself when you come to work. And the employers, not just putting up cameras, because the camera will see it, it'll still happen. But what can you do? How can you be aware of your surrounding and keep yourself safe? So we're covering the whole area. So NIS will be there again. So if you said nobody answered the phone at the Labor Department, you can come. The labor officers are there. You say you can't get through the NIS, we will be there. The fire service, they're our partners through the end, because our legislation covers some requirements on fire service. So all the agencies, the employment center, so for the young person who wants to know, how can I write my CV? For the employer who says, I'm having challenges with my young people, with my workers, because some adults in the workplace, the attitude towards work, don't just get a job, say I'm comfortable, and you collect. feel like it's a part of you, feel invested. So our employment and the Job Start Plus, it's a program of the Ministry of Labor where young people have an opportunity. When you're home sitting down, you graduate, there's nothing to do, you can get some training. NTI will be doing training there, the Labor Department, financial literacy. So you can come and meet employers who are interested in getting somebody doing internship. I know that's free labor, but the whole idea is that the young person get an opportunity to get work experience. So the Ministry of Labor offers a lot. NIS will be there. Fire Service, a lot of government agency. So it's Flow, it's Massey, it's Koyman, it's Aventa. So everything is going to be there. So it's not the regular exercise and health checks.
Alone.
Alone.
Yes.
So we
but
have
all
that.
of these other things.
All of that
on Thursday from 9:30 in the morning till 4.
Yes.
Well, cut off to 4, but you know, they won't chase you away when you're there. You know, they'll still listen to your queries and comments and stuff. But one way that we get a chance to have questions answered, we get to engage with the officers who can guide us, because we're looking at health and safety. Health and safety. So anything that concerns you relative to health and safety, you can get some answers to on that open day as well. It's really an open day. It's in the car park. I know that you all pitch all those steps. I see them all the time, and that up there is so busy, and so that's what we want. So all of you, we want you to come out and come speak with officers from the Labor Department, the BECCS, the Job Start Plus, the NISSS, Psychiatric Hospital. You can get advice on security, warehouse safety, employment tips, and a whole lot more this Thursday. Next week, Thursday, the 3rd of July, the 3rd of July, the 3rd of July, the 3rd of July at the Warren's Office Complex in the car park from early o'clock in the morning, 9:30 till 4 o'clock in the day. Make a day of it. Make a day of it and tell your employer we need to go. We need to bring staff out to see what's happening as well, get some health checks done, get some food and drinks while you're there as well, play some games, music to entertain you to make the day most enjoyable as the time goes, and let's be a part of it all. So this is quite a week. This is quite a lot of activities, but it is important that we all engage in this indeed. I want to encourage all of you, the Labor Department, Ministry of Labor, Social Security and Third Sector, Occupational Safety and Health Week 2025, a legacy of labor, 85 years of progress. And so it's that progress we want to continue in a very positive way indeed. So to you ladies, I say thank you.
And thank you for having us as well.
Thank you. You are more than welcome. It starts with the church service this coming Sunday at All Saints. All Saints Church starts at 8 o'clock in the morning. Early o'clock. So you get the church over, you have lunch right after indeed. Not get the church over, don't dismiss God. But come worship and have lunch right after indeed. And then everything kicks off from Monday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and on and on. But Friday coming, you will see them in the community as well as they make their way around the Black Rock area as well. So all the shopping centers, that's where they'll be, the members of the ministry, the Department of Labor, in the Ministry of Labor. They'll be there to engage with you and to give you opportunities to see what else is possible, what else is available. A lot is happening, and a lot good is happening as well. Thank you, Nia, Solanke Payne, and Carol Harris of the Department of Labor. Thank you so much, ladies. All the best. Congratulations on your anniversary.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We're back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
The Ministry of Youth, Sports, and Community Empowerment's Bridges television series is back.
Join us every Wednesday at 8 p.m. with a repeat on Saturdays at 5:30 p.m. on CBC TV 8. Don't you miss it.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources, he'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor, as he did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV 8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate...
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There are 11 minutes now still to go to the hour of 8 o'clock. Remember, we're gathering still in St. George. And what's today's date? Today is the 23rd of the month. They have a netball exhibition coming up on the 25th. Did you know about that? There's a netball exhibition coming up on 25th. It's at Newbury in St. George. And then on the 26th of this month, there is a very special queue in the community in St. George being held at Bides Mill. In Bides Mill, that's where we shall be for a queue in the community this coming week. Indeed, I want to encourage all of you to come out to support. On the 27th, there's a T20 cricket match final. That's the final. Of course, the winners will play at Ellerton Playing Field at 8 o'clock. A beer fest right after. Hint, hint, at Glebe. The Anglican Church are having a health expo on the 28th, and we're looking for more details because we believe on the 28th, that's when the marquee event will take place. Those details will come as soon as we get to know more. We did hint to you that there's a go-kart competition that's coming up on the 29th, and then it all ends with a tribute to the Forgotten Villagers and a handover event on the 30th, which is next week, Monday. I reminded you as well that tomorrow we're heading to Dratts Hall. That's where the active agers are having in the afternoon a big activity at Dratts Hall's Resource Centre, and I want you to come out to support that as well. But there's so much happening in St. George too. So many stories still to tell. What do you know of the lion at Gun Hill? Nothing much. Take a look.
I sit down here for over 150 years now, watching all who pass through this hilltop. I was carved out of coral stone back in 1868 by a British officer named Wilkinson. He said I was to represent the British power, but I became a symbol of Bajan pride, the King of St. George. I sit down just below the Great Gun Hill Signal Station, built in 1818, one of 6 that used to send smoke and mirror messages across the island. Back then, it would warn of enemy ships and used to keep watch for slave uprisings. This hill, it was communication central. The Wi-Fi before Wi-Fi. From up here, you could see all the way to the coast, east, west, and south. Over the years, the fighting stopped. But I still here, watching, guarding, remembering. No people come for selfies, for the view, for the breeze. But don't forget, this place tells a story of control, of resistance, and of change. Next time when I pass through St. George, stop by, look me in the eye, feel the strength of we heritage. I is the Lion of Gun Hill, and I still keeping watch.
That's one thing not to miss again. Now, did you know about the cholera outbreak and the whole linkage to St. George Parish Church and the story of the man who was buried there? You don't? Oh, this one is going to really be interesting. Take a listen and look at this.
Dr. Henderson Carter, Senior Lecturer in History in the Department of History, Philosophy, and Psychology. I grew up, spent the first 27 years in a place called Briggs Hill in St. George. This is to the west of Workman's, to the north of Rahal. St. George has a number of wonderful stories. This one, however, is a bit tragic. May 1854, there was the cholera epidemic in Barbados. Over 20,000 people lost their lives to that epidemic in about 3 months. And they were burying people daily. Hundreds of people were being buried daily. In the parish of St. George, there was an area to the south of the St. George Parish Church that was set aside for the burial of cholera victims. One day, around 4 p.m., they buried a man by the name of Adolphus. They buried him in about 2 feet of soil and covered him over, did a ceremony, and everybody went home. At around 11 p.m., in the dead of the night, somehow Adolphus pushed himself up through the mole and got out of his grave and made his way up the Glebe Hill into a village called Thorpe's Cottage and said to his common-law wife, "Look my hair." And this woman was startled. Here is Adolphus coming back alive. Adolphus went to bed, was accepted again into his home, but about 4 a.m. that same morning, Adolphus took sick again. This time, they took him back to the cemetery and buried him in not 2 feet of mole, but the customary 6 feet. And we have never heard from Adolphus again. The Department of History, Philosophy and Psychology will be taking you through a journey of a research project that we are embarking upon. This is the Constant Carmichael Shelter Island Research Project. This project aims to write the history of the two plantations and their relationship with Shelter Island in New York. So come out to the session at the estates starting at 6 o'clock and hear more interesting stories about St. George, about Constant, about Shelter Island. We're looking forward to seeing you. Come early.
So that event is now past. You know, I was being told about your, I believe that story. I believe the story of the man who was buried in 2 feet of mold, who rose and came again and went to Thorpe's Cottage. For those of you who live in Thorpe's Cottage, is it true? All right. There's much more to share with you coming out of St. George as well. Have you heard of the crime story? Look.
One of my memorable moments growing up was my grandmother telling me the many stories and encounters that she had with Buddy Bradford. And I think it was interesting reading Kim Ramsey's book and comparing those stories. One of the things that I found really shocking was that she said at one time he came to her home. He was on the run at that time. He came to her home and she basically did not encourage him. She told him, leave. And on that encounter when he came, he said that he had previously saw the police come to the house and he was in the bushes watching. And he said he was ready to throw dynamite in the house, but the only reason he did not throw the dynamite in the house at the police was because he knew that she was in her home. And that story always, when she tells it, she always tells it with passion because she says, how is he willing to blow up my home with dynamite just to interfere with the police investigation? So that was one of my most memorable stories growing up. I'm Sarah Holder and we are gathering in St. George. Follow our Instagram page at We Gathering St. George to stay tuned.
Sarah, thank you. I'm old enough to know the story of Buddy Bradford myself as well. So there you go, triggering all those memories and thoughts and remembrances indeed coming out of St. George. And remember today, not today, tomorrow we're meeting at Draxall for that big Active Agers activity. All right, we're taking a break here, folks. We're back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can reach out whenever you need to talk.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer...
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
And that's it for today, folks. As always, you have been fantastic indeed. And I really want to commend you for being as engaging as you have been with us this morning. Remember, share the show, share the love, tell others about us, and let them come by to be with us again tomorrow morning, Tuesday. And so for my little crew, to all of you, I say thank you. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning.